Net. We are here on a bonus live on a Thursday because it has been insane. I did not take into account reality, just in case you were wondering. If you're joining us live, comment where you're joining us from. I am popping on to see where we are. We have construction happening in my house right now, and so I am prone to sneezing because there's all this dust up in the air and on everything. Okay, let me see if I can do this one. Is this where it is? I think it would be here. I think I just screwed up. Nope. Okay. Oops. Let's see if I can. The computer's acting up, y'all. Let me see if I can. It's taking me a second because, hello, technology. I see you guys are on. Welcome to a fun Thursday. We have, hey Melody, I'm so glad you're here. Do you have your card kit with us? I hope you do. If you guys don't know, our last name is the same last name as this amazing candy that's made here in Indiana. So I'm going to be unrepentantly eating gummy bears. You are! I love that. We're doing it together. Hi, Lisa. Okay. And make sure, can you hear me? You're on YouTube, boo. I want to see that we can hear on Facebook. If you guys haven't already, like and share, give me a heart. And I'm going to eat gummy bears with you as we're creating. It shows that we're live. I want to make sure that I can hear.
We're live.
Okay. There we go. So we are back. Good. So we're doing a kitchen remodel right now, and I'm super excited. It has been more challenging than I thought it would be. I always blindly go into these things like they're going to just work. I think my sister once said that I have a Pollyanna attitude about life. And then I'm always surprised when things don't go the way I think they're going to go. You gotta love it. Hi, bonbons. Nice to see you guys. So I've been sneezing for the last 2 days because of all the dust. And we found that there's drop ceilings and secret rooms. And I'm telling you, we live in this gorgeous craftsman home, one of the oldest in our area from the 1700s. Y'all, it's the stuff. The stuff of our home is pretty cool. Anyway, we have 4 cards tonight. So if you are making them along with us, there is going to be a full tutorial on my blog already. Sans measurements. The measurements are not on there. I did not have time. I ended up having family calling me from California, and I was talking to them. 2 different phone calls. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Lisa. Hi, Terry. Nice to see you guys. So our craftsman home is one of the oldest in the area. It's beautiful. The amount of woodwork throughout is phenomenal. There's woodwork inlay, there's stone inlay. It was all covered by carpet, including shag carpet. There is a kitchen, and we found a drop ceiling today. And so it's still not bad at 10 foot, but we're not going to take it up to 11 like we wanted to, just because, yes. And behind one wall, there was a secret room. So we're trying to decide how we could try to utilize that for space. Thank God there's no bones. But there was bones in the house. Do you guys want to hear the bones of the house? This might make you laugh. Are you ready? You ready for some crazy? There was a dead body. Oh, wow. That's crazy. It was a bird. A bird got into it didn't work anymore. So things in our kitchen stopped working. Our washer and dryer, dishwasher stopped working. Half of my sink stopped working, only had hot water. Our electric stove doesn't work very well. This is old. Everything's old in this house. The laundry washing machine put water into my sink in my kitchen. Girls, this has been the money pit. And so we decided to move forward with the remodel. It has been an adventure. A blessing, but an adventure. And I'm super, super excited. But the hood did not work. And it was so old they couldn't find a replacement fan for it. And so when he pulled it out, there was a dead bird inside. I am telling you, there's never a dull moment in this house. It's a blessing. It's wonderful. And there's a secret room, which is kind of crazy, which means for the last, it was updated, we believe the last time was late 70s, early 80s. So it was updated and, quite right, Lisa. And there was a room back there that they modified, but it was left. And there's a light bulb still inside of there. I'm telling you. The stuff of, anyway, we're good. We're going to create 4 cards today. They are, Melody, aren't they? And it's been loud and it's very, I never realized how noises and stuff will affect me, but whew, it's a lot. And the chaos and not having a real kitchen anymore because everything is gone. Can we turn into pantry? Only if we did a half pantry. We're choosing not to because we're going to be doing stone countertops and a stone backsplash. So I would have to make moving parts with the stone and it would be really challenging. So put a fake wall door and secret rooms are the best. Yes, we were really tempted. And so let's jump into 4 fun fold cards that we're going to create right now. So if you guys have a kit, this is a free class to those that have ordered from us online. In the months of January and February, you can earn this class. We have 2 classes coming up. If you guys aren't on my email list, you need to know all about it. We have the Latte Love class coming up. If you purchase the Latte Love bundle from me or a like priced bundle, you will get the class to create with these on Tuesdays in April. But I have the Encircled in Nature, and I don't know where it is. I know it's right here because I was just talking to my assistant about it, but I don't know where I put it. Anyway, it's here. And so the Encircled in Nature is going to be our second class, and that'll be on Thursdays. So I'll be running 2 classes a week online for you guys in the month of April. If you would like to receive those free classes, make sure you let me know. It's just a matter of placing an order with me for a qualified order, and then I will send you these kits, and then you can create with us on our lives, and we have so much fun. So 6 cards in 3 weeks. A lot of fun. So we're going to create right now and dive right on in. Okay, so this is the cutest little card ever. It has a spring inside. So your little honey pot will jiggle jaggle. And when you open it, there is our designer series paper opens up to here. So you get to have a really cute little card that will fit inside of your traditional envelope. Then we have this Moody Mauve card. And so when you open it, you'll see it opens just like so. And we're going to be using, and you should have in your kit, your Thoughtful Expressions dies already done for you or greeted for you. And then we have the Latte Love. Here we go. And it's a great little card that you open up. And then let's hello there. Let's hang out and chat. So I love that. Let's catch up. And that makes me so happy. So when I received those 2 phone calls from family back in California, I had to answer today. My favorite flower to grow out here is the zinnia. Zinnias are fabulous. I love them so much. A person that we knew turned us on to them, and they are so easy. And so I wanted to send everybody a zinnia seed. So if you receive the kits after we purchased these originally from the Dollar Tree, just so you know, and they were 4 for $1, which is cheap for the Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25 or $5. It's so hard. And so this zinnia card, when I sent you guys the kits, if I had run out of these, you received the bigger version, which is here, probably right behind me. And so it may not fit into this pocket. I'm so sorry. But this will be opening up. We've got these great little sequins inside, and you have this great little fold. And then we have a little bookmark that's on it. That's a bonus project that you will be able to use to hold your seeds in place. And then you can use it to bookmark some fun. So I hope you're excited to create with us. Hi, Karen. I am stoked about creating with you guys. I'm going to put my hair up. And if I start sneezing, you guys, or having to blow my nose, please have grace. The amount of dust everywhere is like astronomical. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. We're going to turn this around and we're going to create right now. This is a sampler of some of our current kits. Most of the other 2 of them are retiring. So if you want to grab that bee and the Moody Mauve Daisy, these two are retiring. So if you want those designer series papers, they will be going and going fast. So don't miss out on them. Now we're going to turn around and create right now. Let me see. Here we go. Am I crooked? Something's crooked here, peeps. There we go. I'm going to blow my nose because I can feel it coming on. There we go. And it's old dust. You're right. There's something melody about old dust that, excuse me, and that's loud. I don't even do that loud, but my nose is literally falling off from blowing my nose yesterday and today. I don't like it. Okay, so we're going to dive in, starting with this really adorable little card that you see here. I'm grabbing my sample. If you received this and you received this larger zinnia package, zinnias are a direct sew to the ground, usually after your last frost. So for us here in Indiana, it would be right at Mother's Day, and you just draw some lines, you put them in, and did you know about zinnias? You just leave them. The poorer the soil, actually the better, which is insane. But as they grow, you cut them off as a cut flower, and where you cut them, there will be 2 or 3 more that grow at that exact location. So zinnias, and then your last seed of the year, like your last season, you can see it as fall comes around, leave them on the plant, let them die, and then wait till they're completely dried. This is the hard part for me. And then cut the heads off and put them in a bag. And then just roll those heads together and collect all the seeds and plant them for next year. It is the never-ending gobstopper of flowers, and they are so beautiful, and I love them. And they're because they're mindless. I don't have to work. If anything requires to stay alive in my house besides my children, it is survival of the fittest, my friends. Survival of the fittest. Okay, so you should receive these little springs from me. I will have a link on my blog probably tomorrow for that. You should have this designer series paper, and if you were lucky, you got 2 different kinds. You may not have. Now, with a secret to this card, just so you know, all the measurements are on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. Again, gettingcrafty.net. In the description is all the supplies and the direct links. So you can't miss that on my description. Now, inside of here, you will see that I have to choose a package that has a light pattern on the inside so that you can still write with no effort to cover it up. If this was a really busy pattern and you could not write over it, it would become a challenge, right? Like you couldn't see it. So, oh, and look at it kind of matches. I love that about Stampin' Up. Okay, so this here should be scored and ready for you. It's just taking any designer series paper, and you can take this measurements here and use them right away. Now, the benefit to this, just so you guys know, is that we will be using one of our circle punches. Here's the 2 3/8 circle punch. Oh my gosh. And then the construction guys doing it don't even, they're not even sneezing and stuff. They're so used to this. It's just not me. I don't keep a dusty house. It bugs me. Now, this is such a simple card. All you're going to do is take this here and you're going to apply the multi-purpose liquid adhesive to this. Now, I have it right here. And we're just going to take and do a nice little frame. Now, when I apply the adhesive, just so you know, I tuck it in just a smidge and I don't make it too goopy. That's a big mistake when using liquid adhesive. And we're going to go ahead and center it on this circle. Give it a little back rub. And there you go. How cute is that? Now, we're going to take the front, and I want you guys to see, I should have included this here for you, where you should have had at least 4 to fussy cut out of the designer series paper. Using your paper snips, all you want to do is fussy cut 2 of them out for this card. If you have more, and you can do 3 each. I think my daughter might have thrown some of them in there that were 3 each. My assistant's really on point, and she instead will have put exactly what I did, but my daughters are always like extra. They want to throw extra in there, and it's kind of fun when they do. So if you were one of those that might have received an extra, you can thank my girls for that. But my assistant is also the one who does all the fussy cutting for you. If you received any other projects with fussy cutting, my assistant is phenomenal. She's one of my favorite people. There we go. Now, I like to create a little bit of depth and dimension. So what I do is I take the smaller one and I would apply it down with multi-purpose liquid adhesive. And then you take the larger one and just fussy cut it out. Now, I want to point out, I shake. So I have a trimmer in my hand from a previous car accident. And so I love that our paper snips do all the work for us. I am basically just doing a little squeeze, and I go behind the image to which I am cutting. Come on up, come on down, and just the little bit of pressure. I don't have to go crazy here, because these are so sharp. Now, I was at an event where one of my dearest friends and stampers, Christine, was there, and she ended up cutting her hand with these paper snips all the way down. She was going through a card and sliced it, ended up having to get stitches. So these are so sharp, my friends. Please be careful when you're using precision tools like that. That's really important. And I'm going to touch my nose again because dust. And I kept thinking, eventually I'll blow it all out and it won't bother me anymore. It's so far not the case. Not the case. So we're going to take this really cute little piece here. This is an easy one. Now, if you have designer series paper that you may not be as keen on, just so you know, maybe there's a collection that's not your favorite, but you can do something like this where you feature it and use it up with a fun fold just like that. A fun fold handmade card is an extra fold, usually a little modification, but wow, does it make people happy to see. Now, you should have a little baggie. I'm trying to grab it while not looking. I was looking at my laptop because that's what we do. And then we're going to bend it, remove your backings. These little springs are ideal. Now, you got to be careful. You have to be careful when getting them because there is basically just a couple of sizes, and those sizes are very different from one another completely. So you want to be careful that you don't get the big one, and this size here is the most ideal for crafting because it does all the work anyway. And then look at that cute little spring. Ding, doing. So if you go to mail it, all you do is push it down and it closes and you can ship it. So there you go. You can even kind of tilt it if you want. So like that. And then because I like the pattern to alternate, now this is just me, I would either include it this way, you could go like so, but I like to go the alternate. Or if I sent you both pieces, you should have an alternate pattern to use and apply it to the front of this card. This is an easy one. You can either apply a quick hand stamped greeting right here before you put it down, and I would do it in that really fun red, which I believe is Poppy Parade. I would create 100 of these cards. They are so cute and easy, and yet I think they deliver a big wow. Now, in your kit, if you received a kit, you received 2 of each card that you can create, and we'll go through one now, and I encourage you to do the others. Don't forget to do them. They are so awesome. But I'm only going to do one on each card with you guys. So again, aren't those springs great, Karen? I love them too. I gotta blow my nose again. I'm so sorry. And I'm trying really hard to be gentle with my nose because boy, is it sore. Okay, so here you're going to see that gives you a lot of variety. This designer series paper screams spring and summer. It's so vibrant and so much fun. But I'll be honest, not my favorite paper collection. Not because of the colors, but because it's just a little bit busier than I particularly care for. So I like being able to use it in this format and really wowing somebody. And just talking to the 2 different phone calls today, I think I might send them off to California to cheer somebody up. So that's where we're going. We're going with there on this one, my friends. Now I'm grabbing the second card. Let me see right here. There you go. Now, again, the only 2 adhesives I use today are my Stampin' Dimensionals and my multi-purpose liquid adhesive. You'll need a pair of paper snips, but I don't think there's any more fussy cutting to really do for you on this project. We're going to grab the Moody Mauve Designer Series paper and cardstocks that you see here. Now, again, these are all really simple fun folds, and most fun folds are. I want them to be quick and easy. A little twist of the thought on how you fold something will deliver a huge outcome and a big surprise for somebody. This is taking one piece of cardstock, and you're going to fold it in half. You're going to score it. So if you were to look at this, it actually goes like this, you guys. and it becomes, oh, these are two opposites, so you might have them, but it should become an 8.5 by 11 cardstock, like so. And then you just score it on half on each side. So 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And then you catty corner cut it. Whoop, just like that. Just like that. And so the same, you're still getting 2 pieces out of this. And I absolutely love that. Now you should, in your collection, have 4 pieces of basic white cardstock and 2 pieces of this gorgeous designer series paper that you see like so. And this is where we get a little persnickety. You should also have these inked and die cut words that come from the Thoughtful Expressions collection and a dash of ribbon. I'm hoping we sent it. You'll end up cutting that so that you can loop it behind. So this is where I like to teach you guys to get a little careful in your creating. I often, with my dyslexia, I have to pause and think, like, does this work this way? Does it work that way? There you go. So we have our 2 pieces here. Even if they're off just a smidge, believe you me, nobody is going to notice because it's so cute. It's so cute. Now, what we're going to do is take a paper trimmer, and I have mine right here. And I like to have the card right next to me. Why? I need to see which direction I'm cutting the paper. So these are 2 different cuts here. I'm going to set that aside. We're going to take this because it matches. What I mean by that is your line goes like this, and this line needs to go in the same format. Just like so. Click it. Use your paper trimmer. Now, I assemble this much more like a puzzle piece than not. So what I mean by that is I am not adhering them separately and then putting them together, or adhering them and then cutting it. I don't do that. I do puzzles. So what I do is take my multi-purpose liquid adhesive, just like so, and apply that. And because it's liquid, I have a little bit of flex. I can move it ever so slightly to fit exactly where I want, right there. And then we'll do the same here. Again, you guys, a fun fold is fun to do too. Don't think it's just fun to send. I have a tendency to really have fun creating them. They make me think a little extra. And my grandmother and her sisters struggled with Alzheimer's. So I go out of my way to do things like I will go the wrong direction home in order to figure out how to get there. We grew up in a generation, I'm again looking at the cut, making sure I cut the same way. We grew up with maps. I had to learn the Thomas McNally rap when I was working in lending so that I could go look at properties, that kind of thing. And I'm going to set my trimmer there. And my kids don't know how to look at maps and how to get around. I mean, that's a skill that we have not passed on to the next generation. And really, once the grid goes down, we're all in trouble. Go ahead and place this here. Again, see, it doesn't have to be centered to each other, but because it goes on, you can manipulate it ever so slightly because you have liquid multi-purpose adhesive there. There you go. And so doing things like this and figuring my way home is a big one. I'll do that with my kids to make them extremely uncomfortable because they're, you know, we're all creatures of habit, aren't we? Boom shakalaka. There we go. Now, my Moody Mauve ribbon should be right here. Let's take a look and see if I can find it. It's probably over in the other area. Quite honestly. Oh, here's the piece. Right here, you should have had double this length. All I'm going to do is I actually took my ribbon shears. See if they're here. I have multi-purpose liquid adhesive on my hand. And so those things will drive me nuts. So what I do is I grab my chamois and I rub my fingers off. Did you know you don't need to run and go wash your hands? I was talking about this with Karen recently. She was at one of my card classes and she was so excited. She said that she too gets a sensory issue when she has to go and wash her hands, and then she'll lose track of where she is. So we're going to go ahead, and I keep one pair of shears with ribbon attached, and I know that it's only to cut ribbon so that it doesn't get dulled by using paper. That's a big thing. Have ribbon shears. You're worth it. Then we're going to take one of these greetings. This will stamp and die cut for you with an impression. So everything's got texture. It's not really stamping. It's, I don't know what you would call this. It's a modification. It's more ink pressing and depressing. So this is a great one, but not depressing. Yeah. Okay, so you can apply it however you want. Maybe we put the hello just like so. So go ahead and put a little dot, and kind of go in there. There we go. And I see that it kind of smeared through. I use my finger to absorb it, and then my finger will get all sensory. Use your multi-purpose liquid adhesive. I wash these every few days under hot water, squeezing it until the ink runs clear. And that's what I do, just so you know. And then I put it back in my clear case, and I go again. Then I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put dimensionals across the back. And those dimensionals will be additional adhesive to holding those down. So we're going to come in behind these greetings right here. And I would use a small one for there. Yep, I'm going to grab my minis, or you can cut those in half. And then we found some really interesting things. When we've moved things around, some of the insulation was actually like pieces of what I would call fool's gold, like this this letter press. Thank you. Thanks, Lisa. That's the name of it, letter pressing. So then there you go. Now I have the hello there, and yet I want the letter to cross over. So you'll see what I mean by that. So I wanted it to hang over. This little illusion will tie that whole thing together. And then I like to stamp this separately or apply another one of those greetings. Let me see if I have another one here in front of me. There should be more, but who knows where they are. We were doing this in an in-person class in addition to our online class. So hold on one second. Now, before I apply this down, I would either adhesive it or put another one of these on the inside. Because it does 10 great greetings, you cannot go wrong. I think it's a must-have. And I love that Stampin' Up! Is bringing some variety of these into our next collection, which is awesome. I love that we just returned from Houston and seeing the catalog in person, bringing it home, holding it captive, getting very excited. If you are interested in receiving a catalog and you're not one of my customers in the last, 3 to 6 months, make sure you let me know and I will pop you out a catalog. If you've ordered from me in the last few months, you know you'll be receiving a catalog early from me in the mail. So get excited about that. And it goes live in May. So you'll receive it early to mid-April is when you should receive it. That's our little fun fold for today on this one here. And you still have 2 cards and you have 10 greetings that you can use. And then that little ribbon, it was longer for those that received it in their class. I would cut it in half and embrace it that way. You can add sequins, you can add Wink of Stella, you can add a lot to this. I like the simplicity of it. And it reminds me of all of the decorations in mauve that we grew up with. Hello. Was I the only one who grew up in a mauve house and wore mauve lipstick? Am I? Is that it? Now, take a second, pause, get an Albanese gun of candy. You deserve it. Yummy. Eat me. Okay. I aim to accommodate. Okay, sisters, we're going to grab the zinnia card today. Now we're just doing a little easel fold here. Super cute. When you open this, you want to be careful. You should have a little clear bag that is similar to this with those embellishments inside. I encourage you to have a take your pick tool. The easel is really fabulous. Also with this stamp set, easy peasy to stamp a greeting before you assemble it. One of the benefits to this as well, thank you so much, Lisa, is that this card will make it a smaller area for you to write, but still delivers an astronomical wow. Somebody's going to put this on their desk, their counter, their kitchen counter, their island, you name it, their bedroom things. When we were in Houston, this is a really interesting story. You guys want to get sad for a second? My kids were so horrified at me. Hold on, we're going to turn. I'm going to tell you story time. So yes, story hour with Jamie. You're welcome. It's going to make you a little sad maybe. Did you know that the average person can't handle dust? That would be me. Sorry. Okay. The average person gets a card every 3 years for their birthday. And I don't know when the last time you received a card was. And I am not always even the best at it. And it's my job. And I love it. But I was in this Uber or this Lyft with this young man named Adam. He picked up 2 of my girlfriends, 2 of which were from Canada, and we were going to dinner on our last night of Stampin' Up's on-stage event. So I was super excited. We were going to somewhere we had never been. We just looked at reviews and we thought, oh, that sounds great. Let's do that. It was near a museum, so very exciting. And food was delicious, by the way, but that's a whole nother issue. The young man's name was Adam, and we were discussing color wheels, and he's like, is that something you like sit on? And it struck me, like, not everybody knows what a color wheel is, much less how to use a color wheel. I've been using them for years. I love the color wheel. So we explained what a color wheel was. I even showed him my color wheel, and it's fabulous. It's an insane way to add to your crafting repertoire and know how to put colors together to create different vibes for your projects. But Adam said, I said to him, I got to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Gosh darn it. Oh, my red nose. I asked Adam, when's the last time you received a birthday card? And he got really quiet. Your birthday was Tuesday, Lisa? Oh, I love that. Lisa, if you will email me your address, I'd love to send you a belated birthday card. And that's Jamie, Jamie, at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. See if I can do this here. So Jamie, Jamie, at gettingcrafty.net. Okay. And so I said to Adam, when's the last time you received a birthday card? And he got really quiet. And so I said, what's wrong, bud? And there's 3 of us in the car and we're chatting away. And my girlfriend Barb was like noticing this, and we were talking about the statistics. There's 2 times a year. Thank you so much. 2 times a year that people receive cards. The primary one is Christmas, and the secondary is Mother's Day. Father's Day is actually one of the least holidays that cards are sent. Interesting facts with Jamie. You're welcome. But the average person only receives a card every 3 years for their birthday. Kind of interesting. And mine's coming up next month. So I'm really usually so grateful because then I have friends like Rhonda and Ina and Monique and Deb Fitzgerald. They always send me cards for my birthday and they bless me beyond measure. And I suck getting it back to them. But Adam got real quiet and he says, you know what? I don't know. I don't remember receiving a birthday card. My mama heart. Now this kid had to be at the same age as my son. And my mama heart broke. And I told him, I said, boy, here's my card. You get me your address and I will send you a birthday card. I have yet to get his address. I would love to get his address and send that boy a birthday card. So this is a great excuse for you. Go send the birthday card. Do it. When you think about those numbers and the fact that people will keep them on their shelves for 3 years because they get so few and they cherish them, you can make the difference in this world with just sending a handmade birthday card or a card for any occasion. Let's go ahead and create. I know, Lisa, it's devastating. Blow my nose again. For heaven's sakes, you guys. Ah, this nose. And I could have canceled, but I thought, why would I? You guys will have to have grace because seriously, I want to chop my nose off. I know, it was sad, Lisa. Really grateful to have met that young man. I really do pray that he will send me his birthday. Grab a candy. Best gummies in the world. It was Albanese candy. Okay. Again, in this card, you should look for the lemon lime twist here. And you'll see things like a little goodie bag with sequins inside. You should see, this is where my assistant is amazing. Each card, you should receive a fussy cut zinnia from the designer series paper and this fussy cut page. Now, this fussy cut page is an amazing page. I don't have any more. We used them all up. I know. Snot happens, Lisa. That's hysterical. It's true. Dang on it. And so do gummy bears make it all there. And gummy worms. Okay. So. This beautiful piece of paper, she should have fussy cut for you. And if you didn't get one fussy cut, nope, my assistant does it all. She's amazing. I adore her. She makes my life go a little bit better in every sense of the word. Now, this is a simple card. When you look at it, you want to find the piece that has a line scored all the way through the front. Again, these measurements are on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. Cute card. I just love the zinnia cards. I love the neat fun fold too. Thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying this about as much as I am because I love crafting with you. Now, you should have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock. One will go inside. Now, this is a great stamp set. It's right here somewhere. I don't know. I've got 3 baskets sitting in front of me, and I would use the Melon Mambo ink pad and try not to drop everything. These simple zinnias, these words go together so beautiful. We put in our in-person class, words fail to express my gratitude on the outside, and then thank you so much on the inside. Now, the reason I like to stamp it before I put it down is I am the queen of making mistakes. So I can either replace it or flip it over and still be able to apply it and still be the winner of the day. So we're just going to take the multi-purpose liquid adhesive and put it down. I'm not listening to my own advice because I'm usually pretty good at fixing it if not, nobody will die. Not today, except for my nose. My nose is going to die. Sorry, you guys. I'm testing how hard do I blow my nose in order to make it stop running. We're going to fold on that fun fold right in the middle. Again, this is where I like to do things to make my brain think, and fun folds do just that for me. When I fold my cardstock, I hold this at a 45-degree angle and I don't push hard. I just go across and I fold it from behind because it leaves a little shiny mark, and I get a little A-type about stupid things. Really, they are. My husband likes to point that out. He's like, really? Is that like going to change the world? Yes, it is. Okay. I do love a stamped greeting inside, Lisa. It is so much fun. Now, this here, I would stamp the greeting here. If you look at my stamped card, this is a bookmark that we're going to create. This is the packet of zinnia seeds, and there is our little greeting. So this is the card that keeps on going, right? And these zinnia seeds fit in perfectly. I did see them at Walmart and at other stores. I think Meijer's had them if you are on the upper seaboard of the world. Anyway, there is that. So this is really important. When you are adhesiving it down, I would stamp it before this. You want to make sure, you guys, that you don't exceed this line. So what I like to do is put my finger where that line is and adhesive, tucking it in on the bottom. But because it's interactive, I have a tendency to just smear a little bit extra on. Now, schmear is a Yiddish word. And you can schmear some cream cheese on my bagel any day, baby. People, I've heard them refer to bagels as bagels, and it's highly offensive. Don't do it. We just go to Meijer's. I love Meijer's, Lisa. I love them. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I love them. Now, this is where you're going to get, again, a cautious little thing. You're going to go in and put right to the edge the multi-purpose liquid adhesive right through here and on the bottom. Now, if you are A-type like myself, you might do something like this. Put it down. Put it like so, and adhere it to the bottom. And you might do that. You may not need to. You may just go ahead, put this down, and make your happy little pocket, right? Don't freak out about it. We want it to dry with a pocket available is our goal here. And being that it's a liquid adhesive, I can manipulate it a little bit more than not. And then when it dries, I'll just tuck my seeds in. Now, one of the things I don't like is that I could see the price. I also worry that in the shipping of something like this, that it would get lost. And so I wouldn't want the seeds to come out and have an issue. Dust, you guys, dust, dust, dust. It's killing me. Okay. Now, you have this little piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. it's a square piece. I cut that piece out. Don't toss it away. Make a card if you guys have those extras, and then do a little fold. This is what I like to tell people. It reminds me of legs. Legs, legs, legs. And they're going to crisscross applesauce. Again, if it's not perfect, do not fret. It's okay, I promise. Now I open it up and I will go to this bottom piece right here. Right? And then close it down, and I'm going to hold it. Give it a count of 10, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there. I made our little pocket, right? So easy. And then I would tuck it like this. You might want to put inside when you write this card that there's a bookmark. You know, tell them to take off the zinnia, enjoy the bookmark, and think of you as they're enjoying a book or their Bible story or whatever it may be. I'm currently enjoying, we just finished up, just so you know, a great Tozer study on the knowledge of all that is holy. Amazing. And I'm leading this really fun Bible study at our church that is, we just finished Ruth and now we are in Esther. And I have to tell you, it's phenomenal. There's no better way to know your Bible studies, like your word, but then study, like teach it. It's the same with everything. You want to be a better crafter? Teach it. Teach it to somebody and you will remember it in ways that you would not have before. Just like so. So you see here, and then what I like to do is do this. I take my take your pick tool and I take those sequins and I have them just sitting here the whole sheet. I did right here. I can grab them right there. And so what I do is I use the cardstock to hold it so that I know that it's going to be straight. And I grab one of them, as we see there, and apply it where I want it, right there. I don't know if we sent you enough to do 6 or 8, so that would mean 3 or 4 per card is what you would do. Then that's holding it. I no longer have to force it, right? And then we're going to come in, grab another color, put it out, kind of line it up, and put it down. Again, I love my take your pick tool. And we're going to grab another color. And if you have 3, just put 1 in the middle. If you have 4, embrace the beauty of it all. Let's see, what color am I missing? Green. These are designed to perfectly match the designer series paper. Effortless crafting for a really fabulous experience. And I highly recommend, my friends, again, make sure that you stamp before you put down if you can. So you can see here, words fail to express my gratitude. And then you can have it rise above here, write your greeting, stamp it, write a little note, no stress, no pressure, right? And just think, next time they open their book or their Bible study, maybe they'll think of you when they use this bookmark. What a great way to keep the love going, right? And isn't that adorable? Even without the seeds, and I hope people do use the seeds. I received hearing from a few of the ladies that they received it, that they were already getting ready to plant their zinnia seeds. And Marge was in California and she's like, I'm so excited. And I was so glad because I didn't know you could grow zinnias. Like, this is a new thing to me and it makes me so stinking happy. I love it. Okay. We have one more card, my friends. Just one more. And looky here. It's our beautiful Latte Love Designer Series paper, and I adore it. Here you are going to be stamping on the inside with crumb cake and pecan pie, if you have it. And we're going to go ahead and close it. Now, I have to tell you, there was controversy on this one. Do you guys want to know the controversy? Let me see if I can put this to the side and not drop it, because I am phenomenal at dropping stuff, especially during lives. My assistant rebelled. Oh, you say no. But she did. Okay, hold on. Seriously, I'm not a grape one. I'm going to put that in. I don't share my bags. We're okay. Actually, I might give it to my husband. He likes grape candy. I don't. Happy. The only kind of worms I'll ever eat, right? So sorry. Okay. My assistant was protesting on this card that the edges were too close to one another. Now, she preferred it when they were separated a little bit. So you can see here, this is our basic white cardstock. It should be thick. I like a thick card base. It's really important. It helps to stand up over the test of time. Then I ran out of this paper, so you might have a variety thereof. We had so many kits we were creating to send out. Now we have here this little beautiful paper. You have the side, it's a little bit too bold for me. And then you have the pecan pie. Pecan pie has quickly become one of my favorite colors. Now, you should have these little cups. And I have friends in California that have coffee shops. So if you guys are in the Canal Valley, that's in the Thousand Oaks area. Yes, Lisa, I've done that as well. My grandson is 5. He's in California. Miss him. Anyway, my coffee shop friends, my friends that own the coffee shop in Newbury Park and in Oxnard called Ragamuffin, Sean and Sarah, would have these amazing latte art throwdowns. It was so much fun. All the coffee shops in the area would get together and they would be pouring all the amazing art. What people can create is phenomenal. Phenomenal! I love it. And I would always love getting it. I also think that you should drink your coffee without a lid. A lot of them, especially if you're paying for a latte. I recently treated a friend of mine, Sue, to a latte, and she'd never had one before. And she was like, oh, this is amazing. I was like, I'm so glad you like it. I like the 2 handles to be out. Again, remember Jamie can be a little A-type about weird things. Yeah, this is where you start getting a little weird with Jamie. Anyway, latte art makes me happy. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take the pecan pie. We're going to put it down on the card base. Now you can tell this is a little tight, and she did not like this. My assistant was like, girl. So she fixed it. If you received yours, it probably will not be that tight, just so you know. She went rogue, and I am not objecting. I actually like a little space. I think giving space is a way for a card to breathe. Don't feel shame in giving something or somebody space. Coco Chanel, the amazing stylist, right? And fashion designer, who was also a Nazi sympathizer. I love history. I will tell you weird history facts all day long. Anyway, she always said to take off the last accessory that you put on, because often people put on one too many things. So I start with one side, and then I will take this other piece and I will make sure that they match so that I see that they are correct across the top. Let me tell you a little secret. If you're putting something down, as long as you are straight on one side, it is an optical illusion that even if the spacing is not equal, people will not know that. Shut the front door. It's so true. Yes, I promise. I promise you it's true. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. It shows that you guys are still watching. I was just making sure. Now, we have the cutest, tiniest little cups right here. Or you have these little latte art swirls that you see here. If you're drinking coffee and you're getting a latte. One of my favorite ones at locally in Marion is at the Abbey Coffee House. And they make a ginger lime latte. What? It's phenomenal, you guys. Phenomenal. And I'm a huge fan of ginger. Not everybody is. This might be too small. If you received yours, it's more than likely more than that. It's just me. I was cutting extras in the class so that I had enough for a class. So I like to drink mine without a lid, so that I always tell the friends that make this. So one of my friends, JC, he's an amazing artist at a coffee house. He likes to make them for me, and he makes them exceptionally well. They actually, it's so phenomenal. Hold on, you guys. Okay. And so I told him, I said, it's aromatherapy in a cup for me. Like, it's legit aromatherapy in a cup. It's phenomenal. Now, I'm going to take my 2 cups and make sure that they are matching each other. I see this was a little rough in its fussy cutting. And if you're worried about that, just kind of rough it, like soften those little rough edges. Could have been that there was limited paper. Usually I save the worst for me so that it's not a problem. Now we're going to kind of offset it, and we're going to take 2 dimensionals or 3. I recommend 2 or 3 because this is interactive. and go towards your handle if you're going to do a third one like this. Leave that little side open. And I want the cups to kind of imitate as if they are going to be cheersing. I was just talking with my friend Nicole at church, and she just is such a joyful person. And we were talking with her husband about how she went to lunch with a friend and how it just felt so good. And I think women need to be given permission to go have time with their friends. We often, especially if you're a mom or a wife or even a sister or caretaker at all, let's just be legit, you don't give yourself permission to go take care of yourself or have fun. So this here, I have them overlapping, and they are overlapping the seal. That is important to me because when they opens, you can see them hanging over just a smidge. And then when they come together, it's like they give each other a little ching ching cheers. I don't know what that's called. We call it ching ching at home here, where you take 2 cups and you ching ching. I know, weird, right? I have my seltzer here and I didn't drink it. You're gonna laugh. It's a ginger lime Yule seltzer. I love ginger. And then inside, I don't have my stamp with me. What I did was I stamped the greeting, "Hello there, let's catch up," in pecan pie, and then the splatter and crumb cake, and without re-inking it, I stamped it again so that it had like a difference in shade. And I think this is the sweetest card. I just love all of them. I am curious, what is your favorite card of the evening? Was it the coffee? Was it the zinnias? Was it my nose? Was it the hello daisy card? You guys comment and let me know. Or was it the B card, which is here? I'm just putting things away and trying to figure out where I put my B card. Which card was the one that was your favorite? And was it because of the paper? Was it the fun fold? What brought this on to be one of your favorite cards? Well, I blow my nose again because those daisies, Lisa, I love them. I love all of it. I'm going to miss that paper. I think it's gorgeous. Anybody else have an opinion? Come on, ladies. This is where I tell you. Squander your opinions. Share them. Okay. That's it for us tonight, ladies. I have a second live where I'm going to be popping on for the Getting Crafty family. The fun food is what caught your eye. You're so funny. I agree. The zinnies. I know, Bonnie, I love those. I love the zinnias, that Karen said. The paper is fabulous. So is this good? Gone for good. That is not on the retired list. That's on the online list. So I think that might be carrying over. I'm eating a grape. Nobody's going to cry. Love the fun fold with the bees. Not my favorite paper, but I love the card. Me too. So Yvonne, same issue. Not my favorite paper, but it's a great way to use up your paper. And I'm going to tell you guys, the paper coming is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I have it here if you want it. But, so I recommend eat your candy. Use up your paper. Send people paper loaded, beautiful print papers. Don't be thrifty with it. Just go crazy. Show somebody that they're valuable and that you love all the patterns. So I hope this brought you so much fun. Oh, you love the fun fold, not food, Lisa. Okay, but I'm going to tell you, best candy ever. It's the Albanese Candy Company. I love it. And it's made here in Indiana, which is so funny because my side of the family, not Albanese's, but so good. Okay, let me see. Melody says, I love the daisies and the bees, but because I don't like coffee. This could be a teacup. Throw a tea bag in, like a chai tea bag in, and make it like a fun card. You're welcome, Melody. I hope you enjoy this. Mwah. I love you guys. Have a great evening. If you'd like our next 2 classes for free, I emailed about it to my customers. And it should be on my blog tomorrow if I'm not running around taking care of stuff regarding the house that's happening right now. Hopefully by next week, our cabinets will be in. Countertops will be measured and ordered and being cut. and I will be able to use my kitchen again with all new appliances. It's my prayer. I'm praying tomorrow that we get a lot of, thank you so much, Susan. Praying that a lot of our appliances start arriving tomorrow. That would be my hope. So I am excited. God is so good. And so are you guys for joining me. Thank you so much. Check out the full tutorial for this. There's a link in the YouTube description below, or you can see it on my blog right now at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net with all of the supplies. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great evening.